Welcome back, adventurers, to another episode of Underdark Cellars. It is yet again another meal prep Monday with an asterisk. I know this is coming out on Wednesday. I can't help it. Life just got in the way. We had plans for Dungeons and Dragons on Monday, and then Tuesday I was editing because I filmed this on Sunday. Anyway, so we're here now, and we're working first things on, you guessed it, our overnight oats. Now, here's the thing. The consensus last week was that the cherry almond overnight oats were incredible. So I thought, why not apple pie? So I cut up about 5 apples. That's half an apple per day per person. I know it sounds like a lot of apples, but really it's half an apple per day. Now we're going to take that 2 cups Greek yogurt, 2 cups milk. We're going to add in some vanilla, some almond extract, and a little bit of maple extract. And then I also added in some protein powder because I wanted to up the protein amount in the overnight oats. We're also going to add in some cinnamon and some clove and some nutmeg and a little bit of honey for sweetness. Once I got it right where I want it, not super sweet, I still like the tang of the yogurt. We're going to add in about half of the apples. Now we're going to add in 3 cups of oats and mix that all together. And then we're going to get all of our little things nice in a row. And then we're going to load the bottom with the fruit. When I tell you, the fruit on the bottom is such a good method for overnight oats. It's so good. It's so good because like a little reward at the bottom. And I thought apples would work well because they stay crisp. And my hypothesis has been correct. Over the past 2 days, I can tell you with a surety that the apples on the bottom stay nice and crisp. We're going to load that up, top that with some pecans, nice little aesthetic tippy-tappy moment, and then we're moving on to the regular meal prep. I had some sweet potatoes I wanted to use up, so we're going to go ahead and peel and chop a couple sweet potatoes. I chose 3 sweet potatoes. 2 of them were kind of large, and 1 of them was small, and they were all really weird shapes. So what I had to do was slice each sweet potato into like 1/2-inch thick chunks and then chop those so that they would be remotely even. And then I went ahead, preheated the oven to 400, tossed them all in like a little bit of olive oil, and then because the bowl was too small, I went ahead and I seasoned them on the tray, which is fine. It just means they didn't get tossed. So I added some salt, some garlic powder, some smoked paprika, and then while those were in the oven, I started working on the barley because I meant to use quinoa, but unfortunately we were out of quinoa. Actually, technically we only had like 1/4 of a cup of quinoa, and that's not going to be enough for 10 meals for the week. So I made some barley, and then we are cutting up our chicken thighs because look, I'm using what I have in the freezer. Like, it's not that serious. And so we're using some garlic powder, some salt, some white pepper, some smoked paprika, some rubbed sage. I just wanted to use the remainder of that, and some thyme. We're massaging that together with no oil because the chicken thighs have enough fat on their own. You're going to see it's nice and juicy at the end. And then of course we're going to clean the counter in between because I don't want any chicken germs anywhere. And then just showing you, this is what I use for the broccoli. I just get the Kirkland Signature steamable, like microwavable broccoli packets, and then while those are in the microwave, we're going to once again wash the counter, and then we're going to disinfect it. And I don't know if you know this, but in order to disinfect your counter, you have to let it like dry down. You can't just wipe it away. Next, we're going to take everything out of the oven, and then it is time to package things up. So I couldn't find the 10th of the blue things, so I used a different meal prep container. They don't all match, but you know, that's a first world problem. We're going to add about 1/2 cup of barley to the bottom, and then we're going to add about 1/4 cup or 1/3 cup, I can't remember the amount, of sweet potatoes to each thing. And then we're going to add a couple ounces of chicken per container. I just tried to divide it up. I just eyeballed it. And then we're going to go in with the broccoli because if there's anything we love, it's fiber and cruciferous vegetables. Okay. And then we're going to add in a little bit of tang and a little bit of extra protein and fat with the feta cheese. Just as like a nice little oomph. And then we're going to cover that up. And then we're going to realize that we are actually short not only a container, but 2 lids. But fret not. I work from home, so I'm just going to put foil on those. And look at her. We had some extra for dinner. It was so delicious. A fresh squeeze of lemon on this. Oh, so good. You could also do this exact same thing with some salmon, and that would be so tasty. Anyway, yeah, that was the meal prep this week, and it was super easy. And the whole process took me probably an hour, mostly because some significant time was spent looking for the quinoa and the extra lids. So this super easy, super nutritious, nice and fiber full. We want colon cancer to be afraid of us. Okay, colon cancer who? So that is the end of the episode. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, drop those down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring the bell for notifications so you're the first to know when new videos go live. We are also partway through winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, so just want to check in, see if everyone is doing okay, if you're getting enough sleep, are you getting enough sunshine, are you taking your vitamin D if you need to take your vitamin D, are we taking care of ourselves? I sure hope so. So make sure you're drinking enough water, getting enough sunshine, get some movement in, eat your fiber, and just do something to take care of yourselves, adventurers. Life is rough, but we can take care of ourselves and make it a little easier on us. Adventurers, you want to be a little hero, just do something nice for someone else. Everyone is dealing with something. I think that's it, adventurers. Yeah. And with that, adventurers, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.